Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik, welcome back to more of Animal Crossing for the Gamecube. No resetting unlike last time. We're back, and the grass is looking slightly greener, but in case you're unaware, last time we tried to break into the bait map and ultimately failed. I'm going to keep that in the back of my head for the time being. It's not going to be something I'm going to push for in real time, but I'm going to look into it and see why our game kept crashing and resetting when we went there. Put some things out, we're going to see how it goes. That said, do apologise for the long wait between episodes. Kinda cringe. Now, after last episode, I think it's also quite important to note that, are you... Okay, yeah, you're empty. I did go back and I paid off our loan. I thought it was just kind of stupid, and also, since we knew where the money rock was that day, it's like, it's free money, I ain't gonna pass it up. Look, 30k, it was a plan. Oh no, okay, to be fair, some of this stuff we already had, but even still, looking at our bank account, we are flying away with things here. Of course, we'll go check out our basement, speak to Nook. Probably just take a chill day today. I understand it's been a little while, so there's nothing I'm particularly looking to do. Again, when you're not rushing to hit a bunch of like deadlines, so to speak, pretty chill, things considered. Yeah, we'll check out our house first, and then we'll read through our mail. So, what was expanded? Because I think we got a basement, if memory serves. Yeah, we got a basement, but no upstairs. So yeah, up here is just about the same size. Oh no, never mind. We paid it off. Yeah, so we already had the basement. We get to see what we expand to next time. Mwahaha. See, look at me. My brain's empty. Yeah, no. Ooh, although that said, get that in the thumbnail. Nice little cherry blossom tree. Do not mind if I do. That looks rather nice. Jesus Christ. Okay. How loaded was I last episode? Because I thought I had all the cash I needed on hand, but apparently not. Let's just... That's 90, 180, 210 plus what I've got on hand. We've got 320,000. How much is the next loan, Nook? Of course, I have a feeling I know your new desire. Yes, now that you've paid it off, I suppose that means you'll be wanting an even bigger house. Of course, the only way I could possibly make that place any bigger would be to build upward into the sky. Doing so requires all sorts of engineering and whatnot, and it all carries a hefty price tag. What do you say? Please? Purely out of a place of... How much can you extort me? So tell me, what colour roof would you like this house of yours to have? Honestly, I think blue would be nice. So how about one of these? Let's go sky blue. I see, yes. Sky blue is a fine colour, very good then. Should be finished with the task tomorrow, I bet you can't wait. So you're not going to bill me yet, but, we need to get our money in order, because, oh, holy, we're rich, it's everything. I mean, you know what we could do? We could preemptively see how much the money is, and then see how much we got. You know, I think that's fair. So, while Nook is taking 85 years to actually come and speak to me stuff, yes, we're spending 120 bells. That is nothing to us now. Again, in case you weren't here 2 episodes ago, we hit gold. No, it was at the beginning of the last episode, I think. We hit gold on the turnip thing. So, needless to say, I'm very happy. So, yeah, Animal Crossing Gamecube alone. Trying to type that as quietly as possible. Home on Animal Crossing Wiki. And anything in here to furnish said home? Nothing that particularly jumps out to me now. So, and let's go. So, in Animal Crossing, that's our last loan. Fair enough. That said... Wait, Okay. I'm trying to figure this out. I think this may be slightly inaccurate, because we had to pay a decent chunk off, but it's saying that the, for some reason the basement is 49,800 bells, which I don't entirely believe, so we'll go on to the other Animal Crossing wiki, but still, we got an insane amount of stuff going on. We'll go plant these flowers, then we'll count our cash and do whatever we can. Like, we are insanely rich. So, here we are. So here we are, Animal Crossing and Animal Forest Plus. So, the second expansion was 398,000 bells, which I think is right. I'm not sure why there's an asterisk next to that, but it is how it is. But no, it's saying the second floor is 800k, basically. Which isn't phenomenal, but we'll power through, you know? Oh, no, apologies, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I just kind of want to finish filling out this area with flowers, because I think, yeah, that's the work for the next day. So let's fill this place out. Still, though, insane. Again, the fact that it's been so long since last episode does kind of leave the door open for our thing to be completely full of mail. Not that that'll stop us, but, yeah, we may as well get to reading, actually, since we're near the mailbox. So, first things first, from home. Your father and I made a pleasant day of shopping yesterday in the next town over. I picked up your favourite treat, caramel-covered goo nummies. Nummy yummy gooey hot mom. Very nice. Then up next, another one from the HRA. Don't really need that, do we? Wish there was a way I could turn those off, but to my knowledge there isn't. Then Nook Amazing Cabana screen. See, fortunately we can blitz through some of these. Then from home again. Try not to take this the wrong way, hun, but you've always been a bit slow, which is fine. That's why you should take things at your own pace. Slow and steady wins the race. I run everywhere. You should see my paths and city folk. And then hot news, again, something that's passed, I think. So it just leaves these 5, which is museum, 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 museum. Okay, so we gotta run back to Nook and sell those. We'll sell some of the junk in the, well, junk place too. Like I said, even though we are rich, every little will help in terms of scraping things together. That said, I was hoping there's a few more letters to read, given it had been so long, but you know, I'll take the 2. I gotta say though, I do somewhat wish that you would be able to write back to Mom in these games. I always think it'd be nice, even if like you got like, kind of a pool of like predetermined responses, or maybe it picked up on certain words and kind of threw you something related to it. I always think that'd be nice, because she's so insistent on mailing you, but then you can never really mail her back. It's like, can you do that with all your regular villagers? What about Mother? You know? Anyway, hopefully you're all doing, having a good day. I'm having a good day. We're going out for a, well, me and my friends going out for a birthday meal later today, which I'm looking forward to, admittedly. A bit after the person in question's birthday, but it is how it is. I'm looking forward to it regardless. We're getting Chinese food, so I made sure to... Okay, really? That's just insulting that you're giving me paper. But yeah, no, we're going out for Chinese food, so I've made sure to have a bit of a light lunch, so I can eat my whole portion size. Ooh, actually, I should probably tell this. Again, city folk sometimes gets the stories, but you guys will occasionally get the scoop first. So as we run around trying to... Oh, we should probably go back to Nook's, realistically, shouldn't we? I mean, we could sell the paper. We'll see. And bong, yeah. Actually, before I get into my little story, do you find it weird there's no bank account in this and you can only, like, deposit money? Kind of very happy that's something that was introduced in Wild World, because without it, I think I'd go mental. But yes, the other day, as part of like a surprise thing, it basically came about because my friend, one of my friends, had eggs that they were going to bring home from university. A bunch of people coming home from Easter break. I say break in quotation marks, so I've still got to be working away, so I'm behind on a few things. But generally, it's Easter break, they were coming home and they had some eggs, which they didn't want to leave because they'd expire. So the idea for us was to all congregate at my house and make a cake, and then order ourselves a takeaway and what have you. Decent, solid plan so far. Also, because we're rich, I think we should probably look into doing the thing we did last month, where we bought clothing each episode and then immediately sold it back to accumulate tickets. Something tells me that that's a wise choice. Just got a gut feeling here. So I think I'll hammer in on that and make a start now because it's early in the month. But basically, we were 4 of us were going to assemble at my house, and we were going to make a cake using these eggs, and so they didn't go off. And it was just an excuse to have a get-together, really. We also ordered Chinese takeaway then, and basically the entire day was really funny, a bunch of fun. We said we were going to play Mario Party, didn't, but once things eventually got going and stuff, like, it didn't go exactly according to plan, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. But basically, first port of call was this cake. So we order our Chinese food first, and I'll get into this, because both of these things are travesty, but we make the cake, put it in, everything's fine and dandy, and it says to cook it for 20 to 15 minutes. So we're like, okay, stick it in 15, it's risen, but we'll put it in for a few more. I put it in for 20, we stick stuff in, and it comes out like a tiny bit wet. In case you don't know, when you want to see if a cake's done, you stick something in the direct middle, and if it comes out with like no residue on it, it's done. So we did that in a few places, nothing came out, so we were like, okay, cake must be done. I think we gave it like an extra minute or two, and then we took it out, left it on the side to cool. And then, we later found out that, no, the cake for some reason hadn't cooked, and we couldn't figure out why it hadn't came out. But, yeah, no, the cake was not cooked, we cut into the middle of it. I think one of us like tried to stab it, just like give it once more, and something came out. But we cut it, and the middle just like dissolved, and it was like crumpling, and it was awful. It was misery, I tell you. But yes, the cake was a disaster, but we did have fun making it. The parts that were thoroughly cooked actually tasted quite nice. Just the middle portion of the cake was a bit unsolid. So yeah, we had to chuck most of it, which is a shame. But the rest of the day was still fun regardless, you know. Like the cake was like something we were gonna do, but more than anything, it was a bit of an excuse to get together. And then comes the Chinese food. So I've been raving about this one place specific in my town for a while. They opened like last year, and my family got takeaway with them once, and I was like, you know what, sure, fine, it's free food if I steal it off them. And I had it. I'm not really expecting to like Chinese that much. I don't know if I mentioned this in Train Travesty, but we got Chinese food in that. And like, I didn't particularly feel the best after both times we had it. Like, it's never particularly been my forte. Sweet and sour chicken and ribs were my go-to, and it was, it never sat right with me afterwards. My body was just having a bit of a no bueno. I found this Chinese, and I like super likes them. I got like a consistent order with them and everything. I'm pretty sure I'm on a first name basis with the person that works the phone and counters. Like, it's pretty good. And I was basically raving about it to my friends, and they were all conceding like, you know what, yeah, sure, why not? Reasonably enough priced. And it was only £1 to have it delivered. I tell you, Just Eat and delivery, that is a whole conversation in and of itself. Those websites are extortion. And then most places have to sign up to them regardless, because that's just how most people expect their stuff to be delivered, which is kind of a shame. But we'll go sell these and run back for these last three. So we ordered, and I basically ordered like a platter box for people. It was about £16. And mind this feeds a family of 4, but we then wanted food on top of this, because obviously, you know, maybe we were a bit hungrier. So we ordered this platter box, and that cost us £16. And then I think I ordered... Did I order anything else? Yeah, I ordered myself some sweet and sour chicken. Somebody else ordered themselves sausage and chips, because they have like some more general menu options if like you're ordering from there but not too certain on things. Another one of my friends ordered like 2 things themselves, just because they weren't too big a fan of the stuff in the sharer box. And then somebody else had something to themselves as well. Chicken balls in dough, I think. So we ordered like a fair bit of food plus the sharer box. And with what we'd ordered, we thought, you know what? Yeah, this will be enough. But, like, I knew this fact, and I completely glossed it over. But for each £10 you spend up to £30, and mind we spent like 40 between 4 of us, which it had to extend, as we'll get into. But for each £10 you spend up until 30, you get something extra. So I think £10 is prawn crackers, £20 is spring rolls, and then 30 is chicken wings. I had proceeded to omit that fact and only account for the prawn crackers, and my thought process was, no, it's only prawn crackers, it's not going to be that big, surely. And I forgot about the other 2. Like, spring rolls I didn't care for, but chicken wings, oh my god, the portion sizes on those are insane. I love them. They are heaven incarnate. Chicken wings and sweet and sour chicken are like my 2, mwah. They are amazing. So they showed up as well, on top of, like, I think an extra bag of prawn crackers and a bunch of fortune cookies. And we put it on my kitchen table, and the entire thing, or at least a solid 3/4, was just covered in Chinese food. And I'm not sure if it was immediately or if it took a few minutes, but eventually I just started, like, laughing crazily, because it's like, oh god, that's a lot of food. And, like, I was trying to make my way through the, you know, like, the free chicken wings we had, my own sweet and sour, like, the sharer box was, like, my main thing that I was going for, and just every, like, bite I took, it had no impact. And I was just chuckling to myself because it was this so much food, and like I really didn't want any of it to go to waste. You know, it's a very nice takeaway. Everything there is nice, but at the same time, the portion sizes are so exponentially large, and we've been given what was essentially like 2 extra portions worth of food on top of already a stupid amount. So I'm there, like, all, like, laughing like I'm turning into the Joker, and, like, I have to come back up from, like, the rest of my family, which was 3 other people, at the time, my brother, sister, and one of my parents, and then it still wasn't done. So later in the evening, when my other parent was back home, they both just, only then was it finished. It took the effort of 9 people to devour £40 worth of food. And, like, I genuinely don't think I have laughed that hard in a good while. Like, it's one of those things that's very difficult to describe, but it's nothing I'll be in a rush to forget. Like, it was... it was just genuinely the hardest I've laughed in a while. Because just the pure absurdity of it. I am very happy that very little of it went to waste, though. A few onions and chips and stuff off the side, like that type of stuff went, but literally the majority of the food, if people were capable enough to eat it, it was gone. And just, man, like, I love that. I love that Chinese, and now I have a wonderful memory to go along with it too. But we're going to a Chinese tonight for our meal, so see how it ties back around. But now I've learned from my mistake. It's not the same one. It's more of a sit-in, eat-in than a takeaway one, and like, my god, if this sit-in is on par or exceeding the place I get takeaway from, I'm in trouble. But you know, I figured I'd keep my stomach kind of low. I had a light lunch. I had shitty chicken nuggets that are off-brand from like Aldi, and then just a mountain of chips. So like I kept my diet light. I haven't even had crisps yet. Haven't even dug into like my sweet stash for the day because I've purely just been wanting to. Also, wow, this place looks aesthetic in this time of year. But I've kept my food like thing low because the last thing I want is to get full. I want to enjoy all that food. I'm not having a repeat where I need to call in for assistance, you know. It'll be good to see everyone again, even if again the other day was only like what 5 days ago. It was how it was. Either way, I realise I've just kind of defaulted to picking up weeds more than anything, but honestly, I'm having a fun time recounting this. Again, this is the part where I'd give a shout out to that takeaway, but that's the thing I can't really because it's a local one. Oh, OBS is liking for a sec. That'd be it's like there was nothing more than I would love to like use my platform to shout out this like single place and get them a bunch of 5-star reviews on Google because they honestly deserve the world. The issue is I can't because it's local, so it would reveal what town I live in. And yes, that's a learned thing. Yeah, like I think I've left 2 Google reviews as Neremik, both when I was visiting places with family, and both of the reviews are really dumb. Like I think one of them was a KFC in some seaside town, I think about an hour or so drive away, and basically, I was just like, oh yeah, the chicken was moist, lol, and then every few months, Google will be like, oh yeah, that shitty review you wrote when you were like 15, 14, like 700 people have seen it, and I'm like, yeah, sick. And then the other one was like a Pizza Express, and I don't remember why we were in this town. It was just like some weird rural town that had a Pizza Express. We went in, and my review was purely, they didn't give us a pizza cutter, they gave us knives and forks. Which is not me joking, I genuinely left that. I think both those reviews are still public. I have left a few other ones. But I've done them more on my personal Google now instead of Neremik, because the last thing I want is to basically create my own paper trail of, oh shit, there's the money rock. Really? You're gonna make that sound effect on me now? Okay, bang. Okay, that was pitiful. Lucky us, I guess. Gotta say though, this game looks a lot more aesthetic in this like brief cherry blossom period. I'm digging up a lot of the visuals here. And, oh, we're gonna type up our, oh, actually, we'll write the letter for the fossil as well. Yeah, I think you can catch me slacking? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, no, I had to delete some of my old, like, not even delete, I just rewrote them on my personal account, but I think I wrote them and then a few weeks later I was like, oh no, those, like, I've written multiple reviews in the same place. Like, any rocket scientist can figure out where I live at that point, so it was very much a, either I review every single thing on Google Maps to hide where I live, or delete them and put them on my personal. It's like, yeah, I've done stuff on the channel over the years, but I think, considering that was like something I realised and did when I was like 15, like I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that and be like, hell yeah, you didn't accidentally dox yourself through Google reviews. Although even if I did, it would have been really funny that was how it happened. It's like I can laugh at dumb things. I mean, I'm often told that my sense of humor is completely just weird and a bit like a bit off kilter, but it is how it is. It is how it is. Ah, that said, God, I've spoken about Chinese food a lot this episode, haven't I? Again, it's this cherry blossom season, man. I'm telling you, it's got me thinking about a what the fine. Seriously, this is just the de-weeding episode. But yeah, no, it's these cherry blossoms that got me feeling all zen and stuff. I'm thinking about the koi in the pond I'll get to go see later. It's like, life is good, honestly. And oh, I see you, that dig spot, but it's just a massive clump of weeds that's gone uncontested. No, you don't. I mean, part of my considerations, by the way, for the beta map, we'll discuss it because we're getting close to the end. Like, I've got some stuff in mind as a consideration for the beta map episode, which couldn't come about. Now, I'm not all too there on this, but part of me thinks that maybe it's the year I warped into it was wrong, because a lot of the guides say that day, or that day's equivalent in 2012, and they get teleported onto land, not into the ocean when they do the glitch. So part of me thinks the game kind of freaks out when it detects me in the ocean and just spits me back out. But I don't know, maybe the one in 2012, there's a value different that changes the coordinate I get teleported to. That's my working theory anyway. And the only reason I'm saying that is because if you think me de-weeding bad now, well, de-weeding now is bad, could you imagine how bad it'd be if I had to time travel back to 2012 and then to now? It's like, oh, I'm not particularly a fan of that. It's like, oh, why am I weeding a bit dumb? And then again, I suppose if I make it an episode that never was, and I go back to the correct timeline, so to say, maybe it wouldn't be weedy, and maybe all the changes would be reversed. I don't know how the game would handle that, honestly. Again, I'm sure there'll be an expert in the comments somewhere that'll be probably a bit more acquainted with stuff like that than I am. It's like, it's one of those things where I do the experiment myself, but at the same time, de-weeding is the bane of my existence, and I know it'd come with the territory, so it is how it is. That said, my recording software is saying we're hitting the 20-minute mark on this recordings, and I mean, look, I won't deny that we've de-weeded plentifully this episode, right? Like, look at us go. This place is looking way more clean and zen than it was previously, but it needs to come to an end. Again, sure the titling for this one's always going to be a fun challenge, but we'll crack some of it. God, though, these weeds, again, I forget about the south part of the town being, like, mega affected by them, but I mean, over here, again, there's so many weeds. We'll get through them. I have a feeling, again, if I de-weed, what, maybe 10, 20 per episodes, it'll just be a losing battle. At least a battle that's pushed back so much to the point where, you know, it's not like this. I'll say, I may just dedicate a few episodes to de-weeding. I mean, next episode could be one or a money episode. It'd shake up the formula in any event, and then if I stop to speak to people on my way past. Honestly, if we could make a de-weeding entertaining, I'd be very surprised indeed, but it's not like, I love how it's just a definitive border, and you pass a certain point and it's like, oh, where's the weeds go? Oh, this is the half the town I live in. Makes sense. I mean, even still, weeds behind the post office, can't believe that. Ugh. My standards truly have fallen. Either way, we will go and, what's it called? Pay off our stuff at the post office, get this thing exporting, and then I need to freshen up for our meal. I could just go, game theory, can I export this before I need to leave? I'm thinking. But join us next time, we'll get to see our second floor, which I think will be our final expansion. And, yeah, I suppose we don't technically need to pay it off, but I want to do it anyway for our silly little statue. And also, because it gives us a goal. That said, kind of horrifying, we're not even at episode 50, and we're getting very close to paying off our home loan. I mean, the series was never intended to go on forever, but it still feels weird that it has very high of a chance to have take place in less than less than a year. Still feels very cohesive, though. At the very least, you guys didn't get new leafed. So you know, there's that, but if that home loan is the last one and I pay it off, it's like, what else is there to do? I'm not doing perfect town. Have you seen the size of this town and the weed issue we've got? Not a chance. Still though, if we are actually able to definitively end Animal Crossing Let's Play in less than a year, that would be pretty interesting. That is just me throwing my silly little words out there though, so I'm going to wrap this one up here. So if you have enjoyed, feel free to like, comment and subscribe, it all helps in a bunch, lets me know you want to see more of this and all that good stuff. But until next time, all said and all that aside, thanks for watching guys, my name's been Neremik and peace out.